Franklin Raines, who used to be President Clinton's budget director, received over $52 million in bonuses. When UBS was caught helping wealthy Americans evade taxes, they refused to cooperate.
People foreclose on people, they used to bankrupt people. And they made tons of money, dude. They were making money just taking cases.
Agreed you participated in a fraud.
Were hired us
tell me what happened to you last night and what's up? How do you feel about it?
How much detail do you want? Do you want more how I feel about it?
As much as you're willing to give me.
Everything you want to talk about, man.
This is our movement, we the people.
This is your chance to speak to a whole nother group of people.
Stairs.
Okay, cool. Tell me your name, bro.
My name's Chase.
Chase, I'm Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Nice to meet you.
Should I look at you or the camera?
A little bit of both would be cool.
Okay. Depending on what I'm saying, if I need to empathize,
right.
Look at the camera.
Yeah, just go with the flow. Feel the vibes.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Bobsled time.
So where were you? Start at the beginning with as much as you'd like to tell me.
Okay, so 5:30 a.m. on November 17th. Got up, got a whole bunch of breakfast burritos. We fed about 150 people on the corner, and then we walked over to join SEIU, which is a union here in town, for a big march that they had. Their march was 7 to 9 downtown, rush hour traffic in the morning. So it was really exciting. It was, I think, the first action that we've really had where we marched off permit in the street. So we kind of, we call that escalation. That's when we up the pressure on our targets. So it was a big escalation day on Thursday. So it was the first time that we had a march off permit in the street. There were 22 arrests that morning. Hi guys!
That's for us, isn't it?
Yeah. Protect and serve. So after that, we kind of all came back to camp to regroup, rest up a little, because like 6 a.m. is a really early start.
Can you talk up louder?
Yeah, so I'll try. My voice is,
you sound
had a rough
great.
24
You're
hours.
Great. Yeah,
so,
keep going.
So we came back because 6 a.m. is a really early start to rest a little bit.
Yeah.
At noon, there was a march that left, a USWW march. That's the Justice for Janitors. Very inspirational movement for me. They had a march that left City Hall with about, I actually wasn't on it because we were doing something else that I'll get to in a second. So they had a march that left City Hall and ended up at Bank of America Plaza. That was also a really good diversion for this strike team that was assembled. And this is where I'm wondering how much to share. And are you going to be editing this and cutting and stuff?
Yeah, I can cut out. I can cut out anything I feel might be hurtful to us or you.
Or just like
the 99.
All of our tactics, LAPD. You know,
yeah, well,
exactly
we're not giving away like war plans or anything, right?
But it's true. So, so in talking with other people about what they did, my understanding was that there was a group of people ready with tents to move into Bank of America Plaza. And after the march got there, there was sort of a lot of commotion, and those people, strike team go, you know, right into the plaza, pitch their tents, and that's now occupied territory at that point. So that's sacred ground that we hallowed for to have our discourse, to figure out the solutions for society that we're trying to build here. So we were able to take that plaza. That's Bank of America Plaza. It's owned by Brookfield Properties. Do we know who Brookfield Properties is? That is the owner of Zuccotti Park in Manhattan. So the same people own Bank of America Plaza in LA, where the corporate headquarters is. We held the area for about 2.5 hours. We stood nose to nose with about 300 riot police. With
Were you there?
Gas. Oh yeah.
Very
with
cool.
Tear gas and rubber bullets. They didn't use them, thank God. So we were nonviolent the whole time. We had a plan to put political pressure on city decision makers to ask them to go ahead and hold off, respect our First Amendment rights to political speech. It was 4 p.m. The freaking bank wasn't even closed yet, so I don't know how they're going to arrest us for civil trespass in a public space, privately owned public space. But apparently the mayor decided to side with Brookfield Properties as opposed to, you know, our First Amendment rights as Angelinos. But that's okay, we can talk about that too. So it was a really exciting day. We held the space for about 2 hours. Eventually the cops notified us that they would be affecting physical arrests, and so everyone who couldn't get arrested or wasn't, you know, wasn't in a mental state to go ahead and do that yet in their life, got out of the plaza, and we linked arms around the tents and our 2 lines of people that were holding the 2 entrances to the plaza.
And so all of those people linked arms got arrested?
So we had about 30, I would say 25 people linking arms around the tents. And then we had lines of about 15 people at each of 2 entrances to the plaza linking arms, holding those spaces away from riot cops. And at that point, all 46 of us
gave yourselves.
Were arrested. Yeah, and so
that was
it was my first time. It was amazing. It was so empowering.
Are you very bonded with those people now?
I have family for life from this experience, and that's no joke.
And isn't that what Occupy is all about? Changing that. It's great.
I think that leadership development is an extremely important part of Occupy as a movement, and I think that civil disobedience is essential to leadership.
So you were there, and were the cops good to you? Everything went okay, and it's just like a $100 ticket?
I mean, what we decided to do was to humanize ourselves to the police. So we spoke with them a lot about our childhood dreams and the fact that they're no longer achievable in the society we live in, about our family, about the communities we grew up in, about how we cherish our freedoms and our First Amendment rights. And there were police in tears in that front line who were crying because they knew
they're
what they
part
were
of the
doing.
99.
Well, they were ashamed. They were ashamed that they were being directed to violate the Constitution, which they're vowed to serve and protect. And right before they moved in, the commander relieved that front line and brought in the new troops, the rookies, right, the fresh guys that wanted blood. Luckily, it didn't come to that. So
what's next? What's
Shit.
You got out this morning and...
I got out this morning about 4 a.m., waited around until 9 a.m. We were just making sure that everyone else got out. At this point, I think all 46 are released, so which is great. Including the 22 from the morning arrests, which was a good jobs Los Angeles action, good jobs LA. What else? I just urge everyone to if there's an injustice that you feel extremely strongly about in your soul, and it hurts you inside, what's happening, then at a certain point the machine becomes so odious that we must throw our bodies against the gears to stop them from turning.
Human wrenches.
I don't remember who made that quote, but or who gave that quote. I think it's like Debs or something. But it's a great quote.
You spoke very beautiful spit tonight.
Yeah, I'm inspired. This was a beautiful day yesterday.
Yeah, totally good vibes to the world that we want to make.
Yeah, great vibes to what we want to make. And it wasn't even about how we disrupted, you know, the status quo in Los Angeles and shut the city down, or how we probably cost LA 6 figures of money in overtime to mobilize thousands of riot police all around downtown. It's about, wait, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Us all kind of coming back on things together, away from those fallible structures.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I could find something to finish that with, but I forgot what I need you guys to be heroes for the cause. I thank you, and like I think that we can lead by example and stuff like that. But I want the clearest message I want to get out to people who feel in their souls that there's injustice in our society that they can't take anymore. It's really not that bad to take an arrest, and that's the most powerful statement you can make, is that no, I don't consent to what's happening in our country.
Civil disobedience, it is the most powerful statement we as citizens can make.
So, you know, I'm 26. I've been an activist since I was, I don't know, like 16 or something like that. This is my first arrest, and I wish I would have done it like 4 years ago, which is probably, you guys are about, what, like youth out there. So please do some soul searching and decide if you can consent to live in a society with this level of injustice.
Well,
and if you can't, take the leap.
And the voice. I understand, but the voice, the purpose of the voice is to get people to hear, people that can do something.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do something now, but that is a symbol for something greater. But that symbol needs to be heard by someone in power. That's my point.
Yes.
At the end of it, how is the change to be effected?
Well, I think there's different types of change that we're talking about here. There's policy changes that we can make within the current political status quo, and then there's the fact that you're right, laws. And then there's the fact that the political
you
system doesn't
start
serve
to
our
set it
interests
off
anymore, it
first.
serves corporate interests.
Exactly.
And so that's reforming of that system. So that's like another meta level reform.
But that requires laws. Assuming, right? Like, because if not laws, how else?
It requires laws, but what do laws require?
It requires equality, for one. True laws.
So why can't we pass the laws we want to pass now?
Because we're not the ones in power. We're
And
not
the ones
But we
in
don't have
power.
the resources or the means, so what we're asking for is for them to do something, but how do we make...
Well, who are the ones in power, if not us?